Hello and welcome to Digital Transformation and AI for Humans with your host, Amy. In this podcast, we delve into how technology intersects with leadership, innovation, and most importantly, the human spirit. Each episode features visionary leaders who understand that at the heart of success is the human touch, nurturing a winning mindset, fostering emotional intelligence, and building resilient teams. Today, we are going to reveal the new rules of attracting and converting high value clients. Let's dive into the lead generation and business secrets for success in the AI era. My guest, David Asarnow from Georgia in the United States, was one of Tony Robbins and Chet Holmes' top business speakers, inspired thousands of leaders worldwide, and built multiple successful companies. As CEO and founder of Business Nitrogen, he focuses on conversational AI innovation and AI powered marketing solutions, helping clients scale impact and revenue with precision. David is scaling eight-figure businesses while standing at the very frontier of innovation. David is also a transformational business leader, speaker, and mentor with decades of entrepreneurial success. He has served as a breakthrough trainer and master coach for Tony Robbins and Chet Holmes, empowering leaders to achieve extraordinary results. Recognized as an award winning CEO and founder, he has scaled companies into multi million dollar success stories and continues to guide leaders to unlock new levels of performance. I'm honored to have David as a part of the Diamond Executive Council of the AI Game Changers Club, an elite tribe of visionary leaders redefining the rules and shaping the future of human AI synergy. Welcome, David. I'm truly so happy and excited to have you here in the studio.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to share.
Let's start the conversation and transform not just our technologies, but our ways of thinking and leading. If you are interested in connecting or collaborating, you can find more information in the description. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful episodes. If you are a leader, business owner, or investor ready to adapt, thrive, and lead with clarity, purpose, and wisdom in the era of AI, I would love to invite you to learn more about AI Game Changers, a global elite club for visionary trailblazers and change makers shaping the future. You can apply at aigamechangers.club. David, to start with, I would love to hear a little bit about your story and how you came to this success where you are not only empowering others, but also running those new solutions and implementing new technologies in these exciting times.
Well, success is all relative, right? Here's the interesting thing. No matter what level you are, you think that you should be doing more. True? I mean, think about entrepreneurs, leaders. So the real question is, how do we frame our mindset, or how did we become who we are today? I think a lot of it's investing time, resources, investing in yourself, education, and focus and determination. It's funny you say this. I was just thinking this morning about some advice I could give to my kids. Seriously, when I was making coffee this morning, and so many people feel stuck sometimes. So the words that I'm going to share with my kids are the same words that I'll share right now. It's, why do you want to do what you want to do? You have to have a strong purpose, a strong why. And when you have that strong why, any how is possible. And when you're doing something for a reason, I believe that success will come along because of that. So how did I get here? I've always wanted to serve people. I always wanted to be the best. I wanted to serve at a higher level than anyone else. Now, how did AI come to be? We're building businesses. I saw artificial intelligence. I saw what was possible. I heard a voice AI system, and it sounded like you would see in a movie decades ago that was an AI technology that was foreshadowing where we are today. And guess what? We're here now. When I saw it, I said, I'm going to do whatever I can to learn it, to become part of it, because if we don't, we'll be left behind. And the fact of the matter is, companies who don't embrace AI technology will be left behind. So I just integrated in part of what we were doing.
Amazing. And I appreciate truly deeply your advice because it resonates with me and how I navigate this reality. And I also share very close to your advice about the why, the purpose, and the meaning. And there are so many ways to navigate your journey when you have that strong North Star and have a clear vision about why you want to reach it. And we are living in such exciting times. And having this conversation, it's truly inspiring for me. I'm living and burning for it, and I know so do you. So it is truly a great chance to share your knowledge with our listeners and viewers. David, in the AI powered world, most founders focus on tactics, but very few understand the architecture behind scalable lead generation. When you look at a fast growing business, what is the earliest signal that their market positioning is strong enough to consistently attract high value clients?
It's a great question. And I think that most founders really think lead generation is a marketing problem. When you think about it, it's not. It's an execution and positioning problem that shows up in marketing first. See, here's a fact. AI, it didn't change any of that. It just made the cracks visible faster. And the earliest signal isn't volume. It's who leans in without being chased. When you make your positioning strong, three things happen early. First, you're going to get better prospects. They're going to self-select you. If you're doing your positioning the right way, right up front, you don't have to convince them why you're expensive or why you're the premium product. Because if you do things the right way on the front end, they're already going to assume that you are. And then the next thing is conversations are going to start higher. And by that, I mean, instead, what do? You're going to hear questions like, how do you think about this? See, that's a positioning signal. It's not a sales one. And the third is the objections are going to change. They're not about price. It's about timing or fit with you and your business. See, high value clients, they're not shopping for tactics. Just tell me what to do here or there. They're looking for certainty. They're looking for positioning that's going to create that before a single pitch deck is even opened. And that's what you need to do to attract high value clients today, I think.
You are spot on. It's so much deeper. And that's why I want to hear more of your strategic approach, because that's exactly where all those valuable golden nuggets are hiding. AI now shapes attention, timing, and even emotional readiness. But what shifts do you see in customer behavior, and how should founders redesign their outreach and communication to match this new decision landscape? Let's come back a little bit to the marketing and the top layer of this funnel.
Well, if you think about it, AI, it's really shortened patience, it's raised expectations all at the same time. So when people come to your business, they're probably a little bit more informed if we think about it, because they've done the research. And in fact, if you think about it, all the search engines are giving AI summaries based upon your searches. So they're more informed. They're probably a little bit more skeptical. And the fact of the matter is, they're probably a little bit emotionally overloaded. So the biggest shift that I'm seeing right now is founders, they still talk like they're introducing an idea, and buyers show up exhausted by ideas. So outreach, it's got to change in a few ways. One is less explanation and more orientation. Don't tell them what's possible. Show them where they already are. Okay. So by that, I mean, you've got to show them where they are and then paint that picture for the future. Don't just tell them what's possible. They've got to feel where they are right now and know that they want something different. Two, match that emotional timing. AI speeds thinking. It doesn't speed trust. So you still have to meet people where they feel stuck and then show them that picture of how you can help them get to where they want to go. And three, decisions, they need relief, not pressure. The fastest way to lose high value client today is urgency without clarity.
This is the brutal truth everybody needs to keep in mind. And it's hard to believe it, but just 2 hours ago, I had a meeting with my partner from Switzerland, and we were discussing exactly the same problem, that leaders are exhausted by hearing that overall story without having more clarity or application. And they are still frustrated about how to take the next step and win those market shares and move forward successfully. So this is exactly what you mentioned and addressed, and that's where we are now all together. And coming back to this bigger picture, many entrepreneurs underestimate how much of their lead flow depends on the energy and clarity of the founder or CEO, and overall of the business picture into the future. So, from your experience, what is the most common leadership habit that unintentionally repels high value clients, even when the strategy is correct?
I think the one common one is founders talk too much while they're still deciding. High value clients, they're going to feel that instantly. See, they don't mind complexity, they mind ambiguity that's coming from that leadership from the top. When a founder hasn't fully decided, they don't know what they stand for, who they're for, what they won't do. And when you have any kind of uncertainty, it leaks into messaging, it leaks in the tone, it leaks in the offers. And the fact is, premium buyers, they don't lean into uncertainty. They want certainty. And if they feel uncertainty, they're going to step back. So you've got to know that you know that you know how you can serve someone better than anyone else. You've got to be able to understand the pain, challenge, problem they're having and be able to connect it to the future that they want. And so clarity isn't a confidence theater, it's having commitment and knowing how you can serve.
Definitely. Let's dive a little bit deeper, because you help companies build intelligent systems, lead systems specifically, that combine AI, automation, psychology, and experimentation. So, what do you think is one overlooked element in the conversation process that creates multiplied results when optimized?
Well, most funnels, if you think about it, are designed to optimize clicks, optimize copy, and optimize follow up. And very few optimize where decision is allowed to live. High value conversations happen when there's a clear moment of choice, a clear owner of that choice who has to make that choice, and a clear next step once it's made. Do you notice here simplicity and clarity, right? So if decisions float, conversation drops. When decisions land and stick, see, everything in that process is going to improve. The sales cycle will shorten. The objections, they're going to decrease. Trust is going to rise. Now, here's the interesting thing. AI, it can actually assist here. However, only if the structure already exists.
Do you have some examples where AI truly optimized that part and you saw tangible results in practice?
It's funny you bring that up. It's what I've created with objection proof sales, and it's an AI correction system where I've created some frameworks that anyone can take any part of. They can take an entire sales call and conversation. They can take emails that they send. They put their landing pages in there, and it will tell them how they're making the mistakes and where that structure lies along this framework, and it will be an improvement system. So, and I've created something to fix this.
Like if I knew, sounds amazing and very powerful. And that is available globally, right?
It is available globally, and the best link is going to businessnitrogen.ai, and it will be on there.
Fantastic. What patterns do you see in how founders misprioritize opportunities, and how does this impact conversion of premium clients? Because you already mentioned that you have a solution to those conversations.
Sure.
You pointed out where the most typical mistakes are happening, even if most leaders are looking somewhere else to find those problems. But what about this part? What are the patterns?
I would say that founders, they chase activity that feels productive, not looking where leverage is going to compound. And common patterns are too many offers, targeting too many audiences at once. If you speak to everyone, you speak to no one, and too many tests going on at the same time. Premium clients, if you think about it, aren't going to be responding to busyness. They respond to focus and knowing that you are speaking to them. It's an old saying, message to market match, but that's one message to one audience. And so, premium clients, they respond to focused offers, to focused connection, focused communication. When you increase extra options, it creates friction, and every mixed message is going to create doubt. If you think about it, businesses that grow the fastest often say no the most.
Totally. I'm also seeing that more and more companies are automating their processes, and now there are so many agents in rotation and even swarm agentic solutions. So we are moving towards that prioritization of those tasks, which can be truly automated. And as AI agents begin to run prospecting, segmentation, follow up, what becomes the new competitive edge for human led businesses?
Connection and judgment become the advantage when machines are handling the execution. What's going to separate human-led businesses now is pace, timing, having emotional accuracy. It's all about connection. While AI, we can do a lot of automation, more than you can ever imagine. AI can send the messages. The thing it can't do is it can't feel. It can't feel. It can't feel hesitation. It can't sense when someone needs space instead of another touch point. It's just going to go through the frameworks, the automations that you build out. And when you're looking at high value clients, guess what? They still want humans, not because humans are faster, because we're not. The AI is a heck of a lot faster than we are and can do things, simple automated tasks, frankly, sometimes better. Humans, well, we can connect, we can read the room. And so being human right now is a skill that just became more valuable, not less.
And that's quite a rare skill, actually. That's the paradox of our time, and it became just clearer. So let's dive a little bit deeper. I will push you a little bit deeper into the question. So, what role does emotional intelligence and human essence, this uniqueness, overall play when technology handles most of the touch points?
Human EQ is more important than ever. And here, it's funny you bring this up. I just had this conversation with a client over the past couple months in regards to one of their people who are targeting high value clients and reading the person's messages, reading their communications. They're operating from a low EQ, and listening, understanding, connection, and having that emotional intelligence is more important than ever. And when you're looking at high value clients, it is more important than ever.
That's so true. I couldn't agree more. What do you think is the trend for the coming few years? Most part of my guests, they avoid answering that question for more than 2, 3 years ahead. But could you look into a longer period of time? How do you see human AI co-creation in 5 years?
You want me to read my crystal ball right now? Is that what I'm hearing?
Let's call it be my futurist for a minute.
Be my futurist. I think 5 years from now, we're going to, it's so hard to comprehend something that's never been created. It's going to go to, it's almost like a movie that we've seen and we've all seen, where we're at a place that AIs are thinking and operating much of the world. Don't know what that world's going to look like. Don't know what it's going to be. It could be a really good thing or it could be a really scary thing. It is going to disrupt humanity as we know it today. And that's happened in every revolution or industrial revolution that we've had, and we're in a new one. We're seeing how money supply systems are changing with blockchain and cryptocurrency. How is that going to impact the world? Something's going to have to be tied to some kind of value versus just printing fiat currency as we have throughout the world today. What does that mean? How do people operate? How do they live? It's hard for me to imagine. I can say this, that I think that we're going to have the opportunity to become more superhuman. We can actually become superhuman today by collaborating with AI. Most people don't have 140 to 160 IQ. AI has the potential to operate at that level if we know how to communicate with it. So we can operate at a much higher level than we are. 5 years from now, I wouldn't be surprised that people have AI implants in their brain, or even things that you just strap onto the side of your head that communicates with you and helps you think and process and remember things faster. I actually think something like that's going to happen, and we're not stopping it. This is the reality that we live in, and it's here. How's it going to change things? Everything's going to change it. All I can say is focusing on the future that we can't control is stress. Focusing on the here and now and what we can do to operate at a higher level is the only thing that we can do to become more productive and better.
You just touched that transhumanistic vision, which is actually turning into reality more and more. But I also came to the conclusion that everybody who is developing solutions and strategies and vision as yourself, you are on the front line of this progress and development and innovations. So we should have some kind of vision we would like to turn into reality. So what is the role of humans you would like to support and enable? How would you like to see humans navigating this reality alongside with AI, let's say in 5 years?
I think that the best thing that we can do right now as humans is look at how we can harness the power of technology that's in front of us to create greater communication and greater connection. If you think about it, there's a lot of fields that AI is going to replace because people can get instant answers. The question is, how can we put constructs and frameworks into this artificial intelligence to connect with and serve the humans that are using it at a higher level? And I think that that's what many leaders are focused in on, including us.
That is a very exciting vision. And I'm curious to see how it will turn out. But we definitely need to connect and we need to work on our communication skills and develop other skills as well, which are so needed today when we're entering this completely new game. Speaking about that, it's not only about adding up to the stack, but also removing something to create more space. So, what is one belief leaders, executives, and entrepreneurs must unlearn if they want to attract and convert high value clients with consistency in this exciting AI powered era?
It's interesting. So many people believe that effort is going to fix things, but effort is never going to fix an unclear system. It just doesn't. Working harder these days is only going to amplify whatever structure is already there. And if positioning is off, effort is going to increase noise. If execution is loose, effort increases stress. So the leaders who win in this next phase are going to stop asking, how do we do more? They're going to ask, just like I was talking about, what needs to be done? How do I need to think differently? So this moves on its own.
It's a little bit of reverse engineering in it as well, not just having what you have, but stepping out from what you want to achieve and then understanding what you want to do in
Yes.
order to come there. But I totally agree. This new mindset is truly needed. And we need to also admit that this is something different and we also need to change. It's not only to onboard yet another technology or another IT solution or business solution. And weirdly enough, AI still belongs to IT quite often, but it needs a much more broad approach in order to make it fly. And we need to work on our side, on the human uniqueness, on the human skills. David, I so much enjoy this conversation. It feels like the golden blueprint of how to run this lead generation business for the elite products and services in the new age. So, to wrap it up, I would like to ask you if you could offer one distilled, actionable piece of advice that gives founders advantage now in 2026 and beyond. What would you recommend? One move they can apply today that changes their trajectory over the next 6 to 12 months completely.
It's actually really simple. Make a decision. Focus. Really. Pick who you're going to focus in on, the audience. What's the problem that you're going to solve? What is the outcome that you want to own? And then focus. Focus, literally just focus for 90 days. Sort of like I told you what the correction system that I've been developing. And if you focus in for 30 days and then another 30 days and then another 30 days, you've got 90 days with no pivots, no hedging. And most founders, they don't fail from bad ideas. They fail from too many half decisions and not full execution. So when you have that clarity, it's going to compound and it's going to compound faster. So you've got to focus, have clarity, take action, and see it through. And 90 days of focused action on one thing will change everything for you.
This is so actionable, so inspiring, so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your experience, your insights with our listeners and viewers. David, it's been such a great pleasure having you today here in the studio.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us on Digital Transformation and AI for Humans. I am Amy, and it was enriching to share this time with you. Remember, the core of any transformation lies in our human nature, how we think, feel, and connect with others. It is about enhancing our emotional intelligence, embracing a winning mindset, and leading with empathy and insight. Subscribe and stay tuned for more episodes where we uncover the latest trends in digital business and explore the human side of technology and leadership. If this conversation resonated with you and you are a visionary leader, business owner, or investor ready to shape what's next, consider joining the AI Game Changers Club. You'll find more information in the description. Until next time, keep nurturing your mind, fostering your connections, and leading with heart.